Hello honey bunnies, welcome back. It's me, Jenny. How is everyone doing today? Okay, my beautiful crafty friends, today we're going to start a new series. I'm so excited to show you guys so many fun things we're going to make together. So I want to start this new series. We are going to be making a lot of things that are ocean inspired, ocean related, beach related. A lot of the like, for example, dolphins, a lot of seashells, a lot of starfish, a lot of just really awesome sea animals, just a lot of beachy stuff that we're going to be making together. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because we are trying to make the office look very like summery. My actual co-worker was the one that came up with the idea of making fun things that are beachy inspired. Okay, so she came up with the theme and we went along with it, and we are just going to be having so much fun creating awesome things. So the Dollar Tree has this collection called Shore Living, which has a whole bunch of stuff that is related to the ocean. And so I thought that it would be such a great idea to do like a little series and show you guys a lot of projects that we are trying to do so that we can really decorate the office in a really fun way. The very first thing that we're going to show you how to create are these awesome little ornaments. I just absolutely adore how these ornaments turned out. They are just so beautiful. I made so many of them. We're going to hang these up on the Christmas, well, we have an office tree that's all year, right? We decorate the tree. When it's Valentine's Day, we do Valentine's Day. When it's Halloween, we'll do Halloween. When it's Easter. So we're going to be doing the ocean theme. And that's how we're going to be decorating the tree. So let me show you how I made these really fun ornaments. And obviously you can always change it around to your liking, right? You don't have to necessarily use the stuff that I'm using. You can twist it and turn it around and make something fun for yourself. Just I'm just hoping to give you some ideas, and then you just come up with your ideas and just roll with it, right? So all right, let's start with what we're using to create our little ornament. The blocks that we're using are these blocks from the Dollar Tree. You guys know, if you guys watch me and watch my previous series, you guys know that I use this for my Halloween series. I use these for my Christmas series. I use these blocks for Easter. I use these blocks for Valentine's Day. I use them for everything. These are really, really fun blocks to use, and you can create so many things, all right? So I'm using this block to create these little embellishments. So very easy, okay? You need 3 blocks, which is what I'm using. However, you don't have to use 3 blocks. You can always use as many blocks as you like. It doesn't have to be 3. It could be 4, it could be 5, it could be 6. You can just change it around however you want to, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to hot glue these blocks together. So I have my hot glue here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to add a nice little strip of hot glue on the side, and very quickly I'm going to glue my blocks together. And I'm going to do the same thing on this end. Very quickly glue your blocks together. And that's basically the form of the ornament that we're going to be working with, all right? The next thing I did with my ornaments is I actually watercolored the blocks. I love the way this watercolor technique looks on the blocks. It gives it such a nice sort of like a distressed look to the wood, and that kind of reminds me of a beachy theme, right? So what I did here is I used this palette that I had for like 100 years. I bought this palette at Michael's, and it was a very inexpensive palette. I believe this palette may have cost me, I would say maybe about $6 or $7. And I love it. I really love this palette. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to have here a nice little bowl of water, and I'm going to dip my wet brush into the any colors that you want to use. I want to use this one right here because this color is very pretty. It's definitely inspired of the ocean. And so all I did is literally I just colored my block over with that beautiful blue color. Now, as you can see there, it's not really a dark blue. It's a very distressed kind of blue, which I love. I actually love, right? That's actually what I'm going for. However, if you want your blocks to be a little bit more darker, then obviously just change it up a little bit and just add more watercolor to the block and less water. All right, so this is what they look like after they're dried up, which is amazing, right? I love it. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to build a little ornaments. For the sailboat that I have here, I use these Nautical pins from the Dollar Tree. They're called Short Living. I have a whole bunch of like nautical themes from this company, and I love these little sailboats. Now, you're going to most likely destroy a few sailboats. I destroyed a few sailboats because what I am doing is, as you can see here, this is one that's destroyed. I mean, not totally destroyed. You can always glue this down together if you want, but it is hard. It is hard to pull out the sailboat or anything that comes attached to these clippies. I destroyed a whole bunch, but I also started to be very careful on how I pull these sailboats. You have to be super careful. I don't know if you have like a method. I was thinking maybe you can add some hot glue that might loosen up a little bit of the not hot glue, I'm sorry, a heat gun is what I meant to say, a heat gun, and that might help loosen up a little bit of the glue, and maybe it will make it easier for you to pull it out. Okay, I was able to pull this one out, not so bad. See, it's gonna take a while because it is difficult to pull these out. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, but if you have a method and you have patience, then you'll be able to do it. Okay, so to my little sailboat, what I did in the back is I added some double-sided dimensions because I want my sailboat to kind of lift up on the backing that we're going to add. So before I glue down my sailboat, I know that I want my sailboat to be on the second block. First, the third, the first, the second, the third. On the second block, that's where my sailboat is going to be. The lower, which is the last block, that's where we're going to add the water. All right, let's do that now. We are adding water to this part of the block. The water that I am adding, which is not actually water, it just resembles water, right, is these crushed glass that I got at the Dollar Tree. They have these in different colors. I bought a green one. I also bought a nice little tan looking one. This is the green one right here. They have like a whole bunch of colors, okay? So I took the blue one just to kind of resemble a little bit of the water. And what we're going to do is we're going to hot glue these little glass in the bottom of the block. Okay, so obviously I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. You have to be patient, okay? We are gluing this down one at a time. Unless you have a method that you want to use. I personally don't like using wet glue. I have literally no patience for that. The reason why I'm using my hot glue is because it works faster for me. It's easier. It dries quick. I don't have to worry about letting my my project sit to dry. But if you have another method, then by all means use that method, okay? Just go with what works for you best, right? That's the best thing I can tell you. So we're just gonna glue down these little gems or these little crystals, and I'm gonna try to make like a row or two, just like a row or two. And once I do that, then we are literally almost done. All right, let's glue some more. You can see how cool is coming along, right? All right, I think I have like one more to do here. And I think we're done. Just look around and see if you want to add more. Then you're welcome to. I think I'm going to add one more here because this looks kind of plain right there in a little spot right there. So I'm going to add maybe this one. Okay, I think we're done. So I like the way my little water resembling kind of looks here. I like it. I think it's enough. It looks good to me. And now we're going to add the sailboat. So the sailboat is going to go right on the bottom of the water. We're going to add some hot glue to the back of this because we don't want our sailboat to fall anywhere. Okay, he's going to go right over that water or right on top of that water. And the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to add our little hook to hang our ornament to the tree. And what I'm using for that is basically just twine. I'm using this blue twine that I got at the where did I get this at? Not the dollar. I got this at Michael's. I thought blue was appropriate because the color is awesome. But the Dollar Tree does sell twine like this, and they also sell twine like this. Okay, so just find it where you're located. You know, wherever the best place for you to go to. And if not, you can always use regular twine too. It doesn't have to be colored, right? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue this to the back of my little sign. That's literally all I'm going to do. I'm going to do a nice little strip here of hot glue. I'm going to work really quickly and add my twine right over there. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this together, squish it together like that. And that's what allows me to make my little hook. This is so cute. How cute is that? These are just adorable and so easy to make. So now I'm able to hang these from the tree and use them as ornaments. And that's literally all you do. That's all you are going to do to create these really wonderful little sailboats. I love it. I think it turned out so cute. All right. I love how these turned out. Okay, guys, I will see you guys on my next video. Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll be making some more fun Nautica inspired projects. Thumbs up. Bye.